Why does a woman who says she loves you and finds you attractive have zero interest in having sex with you? If this question is hitting close to home, don't leave. Here's the thing. Maybe she used to be all over you, and now sex feels like something that she's doing for you rather than wanting for herself. Or maybe you've tried being romantic, more patient, learning new skills in bed, and nothing seems to be working. You're starting to wonder if this is just what happens in relationships, or worse, if there's something fundamentally wrong with you in bed. Well, welcome back to The Naked Connection. This is the show that supports driven men to reach sexual mastery and build deep connections. What's up, you guys? It's Kirsten. And before we go any further, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a single episode. Today, we are talking with Pamela Madsen. She is the woman that women come to when their sexuality is completely broken. For over 15 years, Pamela has been running retreats where women who have really lost connection to their sexual selves come to learn how to come back to life. She's seen thousands of women work through this exact problem, which means she knows what's going wrong and what you can be doing instead. So we are going to dive right into it today, you guys. Let's get some. Pamela Madsen, welcome to The Naked Connection. Happy to have you here today.
In my clothes. Sorry about that. If I'd known, I might have dressed more properly.
No one has introduced themselves in that way before, and I love it. We are unfortunately both closed for The Naked Connection. Well, I would love to hear just understanding that you have worked with so many women for so long and coming here and having the opportunity to share with men. I know so many guys that I talk to or that write in on the show feel like they're really guessing when it comes to figuring out what their woman wants sexually. And I'm wondering, what do you think is missing for them? What is the thing that they aren't necessarily seeing?
Well, sex is a team sport.
Hmm.
And so responsibility lies with both. And so very often women feel shame around expressing their desires. They have a lot of fear around taking too long, when in fact, women take longer.
Hmm.
They're not taking too long. They need more time.
Mm.
So, one thing a man can do with their lover is relax them and say to them, we have all the time in the world. And I want to enjoy your body and not rush in for the puss. I mean, so many men are taught high school sex, which is left breast, right breast, grab the pussy, maybe some kissing, right? When the whole body is sexuality, and so like really consuming her body the way he would consume a Michelin star meal. Like there's the amuse bush, right? The small bite. Like where are they placing that small bite? Is it like behind your neck? Is it maybe kissing the sole of her foot? What's true is a woman's eroticism is full bodied.
Mm.
And so is men's, but men are really taught cock and
Mhm.
they're really taught fucking. And a woman's body likes those things, but that comes near the end of the meal. It's not at the beginning of the meal. Women need to be reassured that they're not taking too much time. Women need to hear that their vulva, their pussy tastes delicious. They need to hear that their vulva is beautiful. They need to hear that they're loving, that their lover is loving their scars, their curves, like all of them.
Mm.
And men need to use their voices.
Mm.
And then women will relax. Because what's true is you can't have an orgasm when you're tense and freaked out and performing sex for your lover, which is what many women do.
Mhm. Mhm.
So a lover to a woman can change the whole thing, the whole experience by adding permission for time. Like time is your pleasure.
Mm.
Like what would give me so much pleasure is to tease you for an hour. That would give me so much pleasure. And telling her that her sounds, oh my God, when you made that sound, that was so hot. I'm
Mm.
going to make you make that. I'm going to encourage you. Let's not use the word make. I'm going to encourage you to make that sound again. Can I do something that's going to make you make that sound again? Like, and like make it into a game
Ah.
and tell her that her parts taste delicious.
Mm.
She's beautiful. Give her all the messages she's not getting in the world.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
you will have a more alive woman.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so beautiful that you're sharing it in this way. It's making me think about just the difference where understanding that a lot of women enjoy like audio erotica and that is like such a kind of a whole industry in and of itself for women. And then on the flip side of that, just from, reflecting on like pornography for men and how often like in pornography men are silent. It's all about the noises that the woman is making or the things that she's saying. And so it's just, we're kind of getting like two opposite sides of okay, they're kind of being conditioned and learning don't say things, don't make noises. And then here on the other end, a woman is so aroused by
So let's just be
sound.
pornography is entertainment.
Hmm.
Pornography is not sex education. Don't learn how to love a woman through pornography because pornography is just made to get you off and fast. So women love your voice. They love hearing what you're going to do to them. They love hearing, oh my God, I'm just going to nibble all the way up from your mound to your belly button,
Hmm.
all the way up to your neck. Oh, is your pussy getting hungry? Oh, poor pussy. Pussy's hungry. Oh, pussy has to wait because I'm not done eating the rest of you yet. It's all about seduction and tease.
Mm.
It's all about creating the time for a woman to be aroused. I'll tell you a story. Would you like a story?
Sure, yeah.
So I do live demos at my retreats for women.
Hmm.
Um, and so the women are like all in a circle, there's space, and I'm doing a live demo of sexological body work for them. And this last retreat was in Panama. And I had something very unsexy going on. I had sciatica. So I was in a lot of pain.
Hmm.
And so I was working with one of our practitioners court. And I said, we're going to have to take things like a little slower. And he was like, great. So we start with, and I pulled out the word innocence. Like, let's play with innocence. That's fun, guys. Like, if you can drop a word, like send her a text and say, today, tonight, I want to play with innocence. I want to play with like the first time I touched you,
Mm.
or I want to play with savaging. I want to savage you tonight. One word, like can set the tone for a whole beautiful lovemaking sense. So we're moving and we're dancing a lot. We're moving together. We're like playing, we're touching, we're playing with tension. And the demo's almost over. I'm totally aroused. Now, he hadn't touched my pussy yet. Hadn't touched me. He
Mhm.
touched almost every other part of me. And we did a lot of movement together. And it could be wrestling, it could be anything.
Mhm.
And it usually can take me a while to experience long tail arousal and then move into a climax.
Mhm.
And he said to me, I think we should like do some genital touch, like, come on. So I was like, okay, 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 okay. So I move around. He gets his gloves on because we do gloves when we do genital touch. And he reaches down to touch my genitals and I climax like that. And I went, whoa, like what happened here? That
Uh-huh.
was amazing. And I love arousal, but I was in arousal. I
Yeah.
was in arousal for an hour. I was in arousal. We were moving, dancing. It was like wonderful, right? Pulling. We were doing power and moving against the wall and all kinds of things
Mhm.
that elevated my arousal to a very high level. So when
Mhm.
he actually got to my pussy at the very end, he just took a finger
Mhm.
and I was off. So what we learned from that is arousal can be in lots of different ways. We can build arousal. You can start to build arousal with a woman with that first text.
Mhm.
So, babe, thinking about you tonight, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I'll go back to that word, thinking about innocence, that time before we touched each other for the very first time.
Mm.
And now she's awake. Now she's thinking, arousal. Okay. Innocence. What does that mean? And now she's building anticipation without him even touching her.
Mhm.
And so, it's not necessarily about how you're pumping her G spot.
Mhm.
Okay, it really isn't. I know guys love that because then they know what they're doing, they get a reaction.
Mhm.
Um, Men are easier because you see an erection. Men can't always tell with women, so they love G spot stuff because if she ejaculates, they know they've done something,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But women's arousal can be really exciting and full of sounds and moans. It's
Mhm.
just like, how are you calling it?
Mm. Yeah, and what you're describing, I mean, it sounds like even like thinking about like the foreplay experience of a sexual encounter could even be occurring when you're at dinner or when you're out in the world, and that like that foreplay of the like the actual sexual experience or container, if you will, is already set before you even get to like the bedroom. And
Hey, once you're on your back, it's over. Nothing, it's like you want to be erotic with each other as long as possible
Mhm.
before a woman or a man is prone,
Yeah,
because there's not a lot of space
yeah.
once you're prone, unless you're very embodied and you know how to move around and shift positions very easily and organically, which is something that you can learn how to do.
Hmm.
But for most couples who haven't had any sex education of any quality, um, once he or she, they or them, are down, well, it can kind of turn into pillow princess time.
Yeah.
And that's not that exciting for anybody.
Hmm.
And so, how do we create spaces for movement?
Hmm.
How do we create, like, okay, she's doing that. I'm going to lift her up. She's
Hmm.
down in pillow princess. I'm going to lift her up on top of my lap, or I'm going to turn her around
Hmm.
and get her moving in a different way, or get myself moving in a different way.
Hmm.
Sex is not meant to be 5 minutes. It's
And
just
that's
not.
like the average duration of like intervaginal intercourse is usually 5 minutes.
And sometimes, so here's a part of the issue. Men often take the fact that a woman is wet as the sign that they can enter them.
Mm-hmm.
A woman being wet means that she's beginning her arousal. It doesn't mean that she's ready for you to put your cock inside her vagina. It just means she's interested.
She's
So
thinking about
if
it.
that she's thinking about it. So if your woman, if you reach down and she's feeling wet, great.
Mhm.
She's interested in you. What happens to so many women is that they experience premature penetration,
Mhm.
and that's not fun, and it can even hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when that happens, it seems like typically the ability to have heightened arousal is diminished, or it just seems like if that happens too soon, it's not going to be a great experience. Like it's kind of hard to come back from that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, heightened arousal takes at least half an hour.
Mhm.
For a
Yeah.
woman,
So, oh, sorry. So I'm wondering, if someone's listening to this and they're like, okay, this seems because it sounds like such an like more we're stepping into like the artistry or like we're having more of like a creative experience and maybe they're wondering, I don't even know how to like begin that process or thinking about saying these really beautiful things about a woman's pussy or body. Like they're just it's anxiety inducing, it's overwhelming. I don't know where to even start stepping into that.
actually, what I think I offered was a really easy way to begin to step into it.
Mm,
What is so hard about telling a woman that you love her vulva?
mm,
Is that hard? Really? Like, is it hard? I mean, you say to a woman, maybe,
mhm,
you look beautiful tonight.
mm, mhm,
What's different about admiring her body? What's different about that? I mean, that's actually, in my mind, a really simple thing to tell a woman with words and sounds and actions that you desire her. You desire her. You want to learn. And you can say to her, here are three simple phrases. You can say to maybe this is your first time with this woman or your 100th time with this woman. You could say, hey, I don't often know if I'm getting it right. And so there are three phrases that they can both use for each other, which is slower. It's more than three, but faster, harder, softer,
mm,
just like that. And if you could start using those phrases like, oh, baby, oh, that's so good, just a little softer.
mm,
Oh, baby, don't, just like that. Don't move. Don't move. Stay right there. So many times men are so anxious to do all the things that they miss the just like that. They get the just like that, they're there for a minute, and they think they got to do something else. You're getting sounds and moans by doing bum, 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 bum. Keep doing bum, 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 bum. Okay? Like it doesn't have to be a buffet. Which true is at my retreats for women, I have hundreds of sex toys out. Hardly any of them get used. People actually like a few things. They usually like what if you brought claws into your lovemaking? Like a sensation toy. You can even take a fork and run it over his or her body,
mhm,
like something like one new thing, one new thing.
mhm,
Um, I get it. It can be frightening because you want to be the best lover you can be. What I'm telling you is slow down. Use your words, make sounds, create time. Guys, think about it. Can you have a climax if you're stressed out? Can you? If you're worried about something, can you have a climax? Kind of hard. Most men have better experiences with sex when they're relaxed. So does the woman. Woman, both of you guys are feeling like you got to perform. Both of you guys are feeling like you want to please each other. Okay, great. Slow it down. Just slow it down, and you will have 100% better sex. Start using sounds and words. You will have 100% better sex. You don't have to be a magician. You just have to be present.
Yeah.
When she opens her eyes, does she see yours? It's kind of simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say, baby, look at me? I want to see your eyes. I want to hear you. I mean, these are actually simple tools. I'm not going into like all the different techniques you can go into to give her the best clinical G spot, A spot, C spot, D spot orgasm. It's all fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. Everyone's got a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got a shtick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need shticks. You need your presence. You need to see her. You need to talk to her. You need for her to feel like she's important. You need to help her tune out the messages of the world that she is not enough. I don't know, Kirsten. Is that hard? Is that complicated?
Yeah, the way that you're laying it out makes it really clear. And even just the simple statement of, I want to look at your eyes, I want to see you, how powerful that can be for a woman to hear that. What this is making me think about an experience I had years ago when I was becoming certified as a sex coach and was at a retreat that Layla Martin was putting on. And one of the practices that she had us do was basically like pussy worship, where there's a woman in front of you and you're just like saying all of these beautiful things about this woman's pussy and like her womb. And it was such a beautiful experience because there were so many wonderful things about like this part of a woman that as one myself, I hadn't even like really thought of. I was like, wow, like this beautiful part of us can create human life and carries humans and like is the ability to feel so much pleasure and like all of these just really, really beautiful things were coming up for me in that experience and thinking about how you could even bring that into a romantic relationship and do, even cock worship and pussy worship where, the woman then has the opportunity to turn to the man and just totally say, express all of the incredible things that this man's cock does for him and for her and for their relationship and for the world. And that expression can be such a beautiful, arousing experience.
But guys, you don't have to be so deep.
Hmm.
Like you could just say, oh my God, the color is like a rosebud. Like, oh my God, when I open your lips, it reminds me of like the best latte. And I'm going to sip on those lips. Like
Mm.
I sip on my morning coffee. It's like, ah, I love the different colors. I love your taste. Today you're sweet. Maybe tomorrow you'll be salty. I'm loving the sweet. I'm looking forward to the salty. And like just permissioning her in feeling, and I get all the words and we teach them and I get it. It's beautiful. But don't put so much pressure on yourself, guys. It doesn't have to be so hard. You don't have to like get on your knees and like be a god about to worship a goddess. It's like that's great. If you can do that, fabulous. And it could be enough to just kiss her there. Can you just kiss her? Can you kiss her pussy? Can you start first by kissing her inner thighs? Can you slowly make your way up and around? So many men don't understand that the the space, the crevices, I'm not going to use technical terms, the V around the vulva, the inner thigh place
Hmm.
is so hot for women. Guys don't even know because we have clitoral legs. Like it's more than the button. It's more than the man in the canoe. Okay. So under the button are all these nerve endings.
Hmm.
So when you squeeze an inner thigh, you're talking very likely to her clitoris. Like, are you spending time there? Are you exploring the V around her vulva before you even go there? Like, where where are you exploring this woman's body? There are so many places in her body that are a huge turn on, that will stoke her arousal. Like, does she scream when you bite her neck? Maybe it's a nibble. Like, maybe she wants to be taken like a lioness with a lion. That's an exploration. That's a conversation. Maybe it's over dinner. Like, I'm thinking about like hunting you around the house and having to find you and capture you. Most women are bored. Here's
Hmm.
what's true. You're watching your news or your football, whatever it is, on the couch, and then you want to have sex. She's bored. She's not engaged. You're not with her. You have the same playbook. She knows what to expect. So, one of your questions was around desire. How do I help a woman with low desire? Stop being so fucking boring. Okay? Like, wake up.
Yeah.
Use something different,
Hmm.
whatever that is. Like, buy buy something sexy and wrap it up and put a note on it and say, would you put this on for me and wait for me in the bedroom? Like something different that wakes her up. I bet her libido starts to go up.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that it makes me think. I know like a lot of times in a relationship, in the beginning, the kind of routine is exciting for everybody, and then in time, what once worked no longer works anymore, and it's almost like there's no more interest in the same routine. And so it's seeming kind of like that you're touching on this piece that like boredom starts to creep in, and that I know there's some confusion of like, but it worked before and now it's not working. So what's wrong?
You know, I like steak. I don't want to eat it every night.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean I don't love it. You just don't want to eat it every night. Hey, I'm going to give you a game that I often give for these kinds of talks.
Hmm.
So here's a way to start to get things moving maybe in different directions. If you're stuck in a pattern of lovemaking. So a lot of people have trouble saying what they want. Because say what they want. What if you're like not into it? What if you're actually repulsed by it, right? So it can be difficult for both men and women to actually speak desire. Sometimes it's easier to show it. So go out on a date night, go out for dinner, make sure your wholesome sex shop is open. Like go to a brand one, not the ones that are like down the steps in the city and you make a right turn. And there's a guy behind a glass, enclosure. Don't go there. go to like one where they treat sex toys like they're cashmere sweaters. That's where you want to take your woman. So you take her there and you're going to say, we're going to play a game. Here are the rules. We're going to separate for 15 minutes. We're going to meet back here by the loop in 15 minutes. Take your basket, and we're each going to put things in the basket that we're curious about, that we might want to try. So off they go. Come back. Second rule. You've all heard this before. No yucking the yum. You're not allowed to look in her basket and say, ew, you're into that? No, 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 no. You're not allowed to do that. It's against the rules. Set that rule before. Okay? So you each get time to look in each other's baskets. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Like, I remember when I did this with my husband, I created this with my husband without knowing I was creating a couples game. And I looked in his basket and there was a strap on. Huh. A strap on? There was a cock, a dildo, and there was a book that said Bend Over Boyfriend.
Mm.
And I went, oh, okay then. He's telling me something important.
Yeah.
And so I chose those three things. I was willing to
Mhm.
have that experiment with him. Don't pick something you're not willing to do. You may find things like restraints. You may find paddles and floggers and various kinds of vibrators. You may find a videotape. Do they have those anymore? You may have the CD or something around images, around spanking or other kinds of play. Um, you are telling each other something. So pick three things. Ignore the things that make you go, oh no, I can't do that yet. You don't have to make comments about them. Just look through the basket and find three things that give you information about your partner and then buy them. And she'll pick three things out of your basket that she's willing to experiment with. And then take it slow. Like it's, you know, like every day is Christmas morning. And you get to try one of those things with each other. What's true is we often don't know what we like until we try it.
Mhm.
And so that's a great way of not saying you're bored, but saying, I want to give our sex life more attention.
Mhm.
We're not criticizing,
Mhm.
we're adding.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's almost like if you already have like a foundation laid, and then this is just building on that foundation to create even more options and creativity and potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, what a fun game. One thing that is coming up for me is wondering about, just from understanding that you have such extensive experience in working with women, of if there is any kind of connection or correlation between a person's like own pleasure and desire and their own like solo sexual experience and how that relates to partnered sex.
I think self-pleasuring is often the silent and quick rule. We learn it as a child. You got to be quick and you got to be quiet. And so there's a lot of unlearning around that. What might be more interesting is what's going on in your head when you self-pleasure. Like, what are you thinking about? I mean, that's where the gold um, is fantasy and adult play and um, But like, I think that self-pleasuring is kind of a private thing and important and yummy. And I think maybe like some of the things that come up for me when we work with women and we ask them questions like, how would you like to be touched? And they start to cry because they'll say, no one's ever asked me that before. So have a curious mind when it comes to your lover. Have you ever asked them? Have you ever asked them? Have you ever made a space safe enough? Like, hey, I was like watching this movie and they were doing this thing and I kind of found it exciting. Would you like to watch it with me? Would you like to play that game? Making invitations to explore things that maybe you haven't done before. I can tell you one other thing, Kristen. Everybody should have a massage table
Mm.
in their life. And they're not expensive. You can get one for $100 from Costco. Amazon will deliver overnight. Get a pretty decent massage table for 100, $150. Choose your color. Learning to give each other massage, learning to give each other touch, letting it move from that to erotic massage, where I'm giving to you tonight. And then another night she's giving to you. A massage table is great. It's a great sex toy. It's so underrated. You can do so many things with a massage table. Like besides massage, I mean, you can bend somebody over, tie them up. You could both be on the table. It's an it's an incredible sex toy. Um, get a massage table, get oils, set up a space, make an invitation. Like, hey, I would love to give you a shower when you come home from work and towel you down and put you on the table. And I bought a massage table and some oil. And it could lead to sex, but it may not. And just getting like really familiar with all of each other. It's not just her body, it's your body. These are simple things. You don't have to, you don't have to like get a master's degree in sex.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I love this idea of someone giving you a shower, like washing your hair for you,
Yeah,
and like then giving you a massage,
yeah.
and vice versa.
It's arousing.
Yeah.
It's arousing, and so remembering that attention and presence is the most valued commodity in our society.
Mm,
How are you giving it to your partner?
mm.
You're not giving her attention and presence throughout her day. She's probably not going to want to suck your cock.
Yeah.
No, you know, and I teach women how to do that really well. But you've got to be more than you're getting off.
Mm, mhm,
And if you're wanting that, like what if you texted her or called her during the day and said something like get her ready.
mhm,
So it could be a sentence as simple as, I've been thinking all day about your wet, delicious mouth on my cock. I can't even concentrate on work. I think about your eyes looking up at me.
mm,
I think about how you move and how hot that is for me. And like my pants are bulging right now, and it's really embarrassing because the cubicle next to me, she can kind of look over. I'm having to hide it. but I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about how you give me pleasure
Mm.
and like how you give me pleasure like nobody has ever given me pleasure. And making her like want it. Make her want it. Don't just like whip out your cock. Give her a little like warm up. We use the word foreplay a lot, and it's actually all play. It's
Mhm.
all sex. It it's it's happening around us all the time.
Mhm.
And a lot of it is like permissioning. Permission her.
Mhm. Mhm.
You want her to be a great lover, tell her she's a great lover. And how you give her feedback is really important.
Mhm.
So it's sort of like, the word, the terms shit sandwich.
Mhm.
All right. So in case guys, you don't know what that is. It's like, baby, like I am so digging your mouth. So slow on my cock. So good. So good. And baby, there's a really sharp tooth. And I would love it if, while it's exciting, if we could watch that tooth just a little bit. Oh yeah, just like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, now you've got it. And so there's the affirmation. There's a little tweak. Not ow, what are you doing? Fucking bit my cock. I do a lot of these like reframes when that stuff happens. Like for women to reframe it, like, oh baby, I just got so excited that you brought out my inner vampire. I bite and like be playful. So how does the guy do that? Like, hey baby, I know that you want to take me all the way down, but you got to pull back that inner vampire because you're leaving marks. So it's how can we be seductive and playful and kind? Back.
Years ago, and I know that some of his work is controversial, but I was reading The Way of the Superior Man by David Data, and one of the elements that he spoke about was the difference between how men and women like to receive feedback, and that men are like, tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can fix it. And then for women, he was like, if you tell her what she's doing wrong, it's just going to make her shut down. And so the idea of like, if, for example, your girl is like starting to go to the gym, and instead of being like, why aren't you going to the gym every day? It's like, oh, like your body is looking more and more beautiful every single time that you work out. And like the shifting of it stepping more into like what do you love and what is going well and what is working, and that really inspires action because it's like coming from this like loving caring place as opposed to like you're doing this wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful.
It's true. I know we're getting close to the top of our time.
Hmm.
Is that she just wants your attention. She needs permission.
Hmm.
She needs permission to slow down. She needs permission to take her time. She wants you to desire her. And you can do that by your sounds, by your voice, by your attention, by your eyes. Like you're unwrapping the best piece of candy you ever had. And if you can like figure that out, if you can figure that out, you've got most of it. You've really got most of it if you could just figure that out. That's not hard. It's really not. It's not scary. It's just like slow down, make space for her, affirm her,
Yeah.
and she'll be there for you.
Beautiful. Well, Pamela, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing all of this wisdom and this juicy insight and all of this beautiful, almost like poetry, and sharing the simple things that are really profound for a woman to experience and for a man to create as well. I'm wondering, where can people find you if they want to learn more from you, or if they're feeling inspired to share your work with their lovers?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Naked Connection. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another episode. Trust me on this, your sex life and that special someone in your life will thank you for it. And if you really love the show, please take a moment and leave a 5-star review or a written review and let me know what you think. It would mean so much to me and this show. Until next time, happy connecting.